Hello, fellow snappers. Ever since I pulled this cool Werewolf by Night variant, it's been begging for some screen time, and for me, that usually means one thing: bounce. It's an archetype you don't really see a whole lot of anymore, and that honestly just kind of made me want to dust it off and play it even more. So when I think of bounce, I also think of another card, and that is Hit Monkey, who does very well in bounce decks. But it's another card that I haven't played in a while, so I figured, why not throw him in with the werewolf and see what kind of chaos that we could cook up with it. So that's what we did. To be honest, this deck isn't going to break the meta or redefine the universe or the bounce archetype in general, but it is a lot of fun, and we did manage to snag some absolutely wild wins with it, believe it or not. So in the very first game, I missed play, which I know is shocking, but still I somehow managed to pull out a victory. Now that said, this isn't a pick up and autopilot kind of deck. You're juggling not only board space and hand space, but a pile of Merlin spells that love to clog your hand at the worst possible time. If you're not used to bounce, it'll take a little practice, but once it clicks, the payoff is really sweet, especially when you steal a win you had no business getting. Which a lot of my wins, that's how I get them. So, alright, enough with the setup. Let's go over some of the roster here. So we have Yellowjacket, who's a 0/2. What he does is on reveal, he'll afflict your other cards here with -1 power. Now he's in here mainly because if you have him and Werewolf by Night on turn 3, you can play Werewolf and then you can play Yellowjacket in another area, usually with nothing there, and that'll get Werewolf to start ticking. So the earlier you get him out and going, the more you can buff him up. So that's why he's here. Silver Sable, who's a 1/0. On reveal, you're going to steal 2 power from the top card of your opponent's deck. Then we have Rocket, who's a 1/1. Rocket Raccoon. On reveal, if your opponent played a card here this turn, Rocket gets 4 power. Then Elektra, who is an MVP in this deck, at a 1/2. On reveal, destroy an enemy 1-cost card here. So she's like a more precise Killmonger. And with everyone playing the new Submariner card, as well as the Daredevil cards with all the demons, she can really come in clutch. Then we got Iceman, who's a 1/2. On reveal, give a card in your opponent's hand +1 cost. Excuse me. Iceman is good to not only annoy your opponent, but to also kind of reveal his hand. Lets you see what he's playing a little bit. Then we have Yondu, who will kind of do the same thing. He's a 1/2. On reveal, banish the card that costs the least in your opponent's deck. So he'll give you some intel as well. We have Merlin, who is a 2/2. At the start of each turn, you're going to add an incantation to your hand. He has 3 incantations. The first one is Omniversal Presence. On reveal, replace this location with a new one and give Merlin +1 power. You'll see in one of the games that this wins us the game. Then we have Once in Future. On reveal, shuffle your lowest power card here into your deck and get +2 energy next turn. And then Polymorph. On reveal, transform your lowest power character here into one that costs 1 more. Now, these incantations are all synergistic with this deck because they only cost 1. Now, Black Swan, who I'll show you later, she can make these all cost 0. So at the very end of a game, you can throw out a bunch of spells and a bunch of 1 cost and really juice Hit Monkey up. So then we have Toxin. Toxin is the flex card in here. I still am thinking about switching him out for Falcon, because Falcon is a little bit more, I don't know, I guess he's a little more utilitarian, because he can pull up the 1 cost from anywhere. This one you have to play him on the location. So, but he's a 2/2. On reveal, he return the other cards here to your hand. He'll get +2 power for each one returned. So he could potentially be a 2/8, which is not bad at all. I left him in here and he did okay, but I'm still thinking about switching him out for Falcon. So, and then Black Swan, 2/3. Activate until the end of next turn. Your 1-cost cards cost 0. So like I said, that includes all of Merlin's spells, the 1-cost characters, and everything else. So which lets you blast forth with a big hit monkey on turn 6. And speaking of which, hit monkey is a 3/3. On reveal, he'll get +2 power for each other card you played that turn. So you can kind of get him pretty high up there. Get some powerful there. And then, of course, the Werewolf by Night, 3/3. After you play a card, he'll move there and get +2 power if it has an on reveal, which most all these do. And then, of course, the old hand at the bounce decks is Beast at 3/5. On reveal, return your other cards here to your hand. They cost 1 less next turn. Now, this is one of the cards that can reduce a 1 cost to 0. Some of the other ones will not go that far, but Beast still can. And like I said, he's pretty much a staple in a lot of bounce decks. So, and he works really great here. So that's the deck. Give it a try if you like. You might need to practice a little bit. I used to play bounce all the time, so I'm kind of familiar with it. I'm not an expert by any means, but you know, it's a lot of fun. You have to think quite a bit with it, but that's part of the fun. So if you try it, let me know how you do. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you want. And thank you for watching. As always, happy snapping. All right. And Disease Vermin. I know this person. Very nice guy despite his name. Give me a little fist bump there. And let's see what he's playing. Or at least a card from there. Get some intel. He's playing nothing. And maybe some techno-organic stuff since he's got Lizard. And Mojo Worm. Okay, yeah, Disease Vermin is a Twitch streamer. He is very nice. He's been very encouraging for me personally to apply to the Marvel Snap Creator Program, which I have done already. Don't know if they'll accept me or not, but he kept telling me, he said, hey, just go for it. The worst they can say is no, and I guess he's right. So, again, very nice guy. Visit his Twitch stream if you have not. He likes to play fun decks. And he plays some really good music there too as well, so it's worth checking out. Alright, so we're going to get Elektra down just so we can bounce. I'm kind of giving my hand away here a little bit, but because he's going to have some demons. Don't know if he's going to play in mid or not, but... And Toxin... Crystal in this economy? Okay. That does actually help us. Alright, we need to bounce these guys by 5. By turn 5. Alright. You have to watch with a bounce deck about getting... And he is snapping. Okay. Well, the bounce deck, you have to worry about hand size. Especially with Merlin, because you will get jammed up quick. Oh, that's why he's snapping. Okay, Monstro. Alright, so he must have something big in hand. Playing on turn 4. And he plays a demon mid. Okay, so we can easily take care of that. And maybe he just recognized me. He's fist bumping. GG's, Mr. Vermin. Okay, so let's get Merlin in here. We may not need Black Swan. Alright, now we just have to make sure we have 4 in the middle. Play Elektra in the middle. And then we will win Mojo World. Now the other two lanes are going to be iffy. But we'll see here. Gotta get Werewolf out because I don't think I can hit Monkey. Or can I now? Don't want to Toxin anybody. Well, I guess we could maybe Toxin Merlin out, but Elektra mid. Iceman to get him left. Black Swan for some power. And I think I just messed up. Yep. The correct play would have been Rocket mid and then Black Swan right. So we have 4 in the middle. Because we won the left already. They're not playing nothing there. Yeah, so I screwed up. Okay, well. GG's. Wait, is that gonna be enough? It is. We beat out a Red Hulk. Alright, you're muted. I played this person quite a few times. I doubt I'm muted, but that's okay. Alright, so we'll hold on 1 here. Okay, Clea, we gotta get rid of Clea. Because they're gonna have some buff agents. And ask and you shall receive. There we have Elektra. Rocket, they're gonna play something above there probably. And they do. Goodbye, Clea. And we get a rocket buff. But they got 1 flames spell off, so. Okay, Lake Hellas will be helpful. We're going to have some 1-drops. Get out Merlin, then we can get out Black Swan and something else. Okay, so they hit Rocket and kind of knocked him down to where he started. We'll bounce these 2 back, and on turn 6 they'll be free because of Black Swan. Been thinking about putting in Falcon instead of Toxin, but I don't know. Okay, Quantum Realm. So the good thing about Black Swan is that Merlin's spells are going to be 0 cost too. We don't have Werewolf out. So we need some space. And we whiff. Submariner, okay. And Nicholas Scratch, alright. So we can take care of them in the middle. At least one of them. They're going hard on the left. Okay, so we can basically play our whole hand out. Let's go. I want to go hit Monkey mid. I don't think it'll reduce it to 2. Let's be safe. Turn. Hopefully it's not Bar with no name or something, but we'll see. And then we need to put our 1-drops. Except for Elektra, we need to put our 1-drops right. And yeah, we gotta get rid of one of the guys. Shang-Chi, 10 rings 1. King Eitri, they're gonna polymorph him into Wade Wilson. And get rid of him entirely. So they're leaving that lane wide open. Alright, so we're going to change this to... Okay, good. Cloning Bats. Hit Monkey's going to pop. And Elektra will take out Submariner. Okay. Hey, I'll take 2 lanes. I'm not going to be greedy. They have Hope Summers. Okay. Yeah, they were really cooking on the left. All right, we got Flurbation, I believe. That's how you say that. Asteroid M. Let's get out Silver Sable. Start buffing her up a little bit. And they got some American Chavez action going. So this could be, who knows what, probably some buff type stuff. Rickety Bridge. It's not good. Okay, there's Merlin. We can possibly change it. And, okay, they're going to change it probably with Nico. And okay, Fisk Tower is not going to be good if we do Werewolf, which I would like to do. It's gonna pull it. Yeah. Okay. At least we got some area to work with now. Let's get Merlin out. What do we do? Let's get rid of Nico right now. That way we can proc. We can get a werewolf proc going. Because I want to bounce left. Majestic Ween Beat. Okay, so that could be Galacti. Zombie Galacti stuff. Yeah, probably since they're doing the magic. She gets pulled. So I wonder if, well, if we get it, I wonder if they remember that we can get rid of Limbo. Get mid for some extra energy. I don't want to click on Black Swan because then they'll realize what we're doing. If we get, I want to keep it open in case we get the location changer. We got, okay, it is Zombie Galacti, and they got one of the zombies out. We need to get the Omniversal Presence. There we go. All right. So we're going to rely on Werewolf. We can't bouncing mid. All right, let's try to fortify the right here. We got 8 points, or 8 energy. Another way. I'm not sure if they're onto it or not, but I'm not going to snap. All right, so we got rights pretty well. Okay, so they haven't played one pool, so they're not ready. Zap. And we got the werewolf to 15. Uh-oh. They don't have enough energy for Zombie Galacti. Oh, okay. GG's.